Shell Shock Hour.
Turn it up. This is our song. Honey, listen.
Come on.
That's the one. Crank it. Love this
We
vibe.
gon' cook up in his kitchen. Black love, black thoughts.
Black think tank is what you're missing.
Reverend Reckoning Thorn.
What's up, family? Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to Shell Shock Hour Radio, and I'm your host, Reverend Reckoning Thorn. And today, we about to break down the bullshit that's been going on. All the fuckery. Let's go.
This is motherfucking California, aka baby Mexico. The jobs is hemmed up. The people at the jobs, the secretaries, the managers, the hiring managers, every fucking store I go into is Mexicans in there. It's no blacks, it's no whites. So stop telling me to go out and find a fucking job. You think they gonna hire me? Yeah, if Bijou, if that last name seems Hispanic, maybe it could get me through the door to an interview. But once my big lip black ass come through that door, the job ain't for me. The job is for Francesca, for Maria, for they fucking people.
The job market is full of fuckery. Like, look, let's break it down. Let's talk about McDonald's, right? I mean, because y'all gonna learn today the replacement and the shit that the damn Democrats been doing. We're going to break this shit all the way to fuck down. So look, check this out. This is McDonald's. In the 1980s, right? The wages, right? Was, look, January 1st, 1980, it was $3.10 per hour. January 1st, 1981, it increased. It went to $3.35 per hour. And then July 1st, 1988, it increased to $4.25 per hour. And then in the 90s, October 1st, 1996, it was $4.75 per hour. March 1st, 1997, it increased to $5 per hour. September 1st, 1997, it increased to $5.15 per hour. March 1st, 1998, it increased to $5.75 per hour, right? That's when you niggas was working there, right? So let's go ahead and do this now. In the 1980s, right? This is how much they was taking home a week. $124, and then it was making $537.33 a month, right? 1981 to 1988 now, they're making $134 a week and $580 a month. And then in 1988 to 1989, that's when we getting reclassified to African American, right? But that's another story. Let's get into it. Okay, you're making $170 an hour, right? I mean, $170 a week, and then that's $736.67 a month. And then in the 1990s, now you're making, from 1990 to 1996, you're making $170 a week. And then that's $736.67 a month, right? 1996, you're making $190 a week, $823 a month. In 1997, you're making $200 a week. That's $866.67 a month. 1997, you're making $206 a week. That's $892.67 a month, right? And then 1998 to 1999, you're making $230 a week, and that's $996.67 a month, right? But that's when you niggas was working there. You see what them Democrats did? They came in here and they did a great replacement on you niggas, and they kicked all of you niggas out. And then after they kicked all of y'all out, they gave them jobs to Mexicans. So now it's middle-aged Mexican men and Mexican women working at these fast food joints now, right? These fast food joints. So look, you know what they make now? $22 an hour. You know what that is? That's $880 a week. Monthly, that's $3,813.33, right? That's month. Yearly, they're making $45,760. That's what they're making now. So now if Alejandra and Hector both work at McDonald's. You do the math on what they're bringing home a month, a year. Now look, those are no longer low-paying jobs. That's middle-class jobs. Those are jobs that help you get ahead. You see, they told you that, you know, you're lazy and you don't want to work because you don't want to work for peanuts. But then after they got all you niggas out, they went ahead and upped the wages. They just upped it. See, now you know what? Let's really get into the fuckery. Check this out.
What's going on here?
Well, we are on Washington and Karloff. In our unit, there's a lot of illegals that are housed over here in these buildings, and especially the building that we're in. And there's no jobs over here. We have tried to apply for jobs in our community, but as we go through the west side and see, these businesses are either owned by Arabs who are not going to hire black people to begin with, or they're hiring illegals to work, and we have to go outside of our community just to find a job.
Okay, so you were saying that you were in a shelter. Can you tell me?
So we were in a shelter, Madison and Laverne, Supremo Center. It's supposed to be a family shelter, but they were trying to separate us, my husband and the kids, and we're legally married, okay? We've been together 16 years, okay? They wanted to separate us. They did not want us to be housed in a shelter together, okay? When we got our voucher, we were waiting for our voucher to get mailed to the shelter to us. And the case managers and stuff there were telling us that we didn't get our mail, or they were sending our mail back. So that way we would be out of the shelter and they could put more illegals in there. When the illegals came, they was getting rides to doctor's appointments. They was getting 10 South Kizzy. Anybody that's from the west side knows 10 South Kizzy. They were going there getting link cards. They didn't go to the DHS office for a link card. They went to 10 South Kizzy and got it. They're getting housed as a family.
They're getting housed as a family.
As a family.
But they tried to separate.
Yes, they tried to separate us.
But you wouldn't. But you told
we
them.
were not going. We wanted to stay together because we're a family and we wanted to keep our family together. We had 5 kids all together.
And so when you were in there, so it was hard for you to get there because they were housing illegal aliens over you all.
Right. So a lot of the property managers, some of these property companies, they don't want to house us because they want the illegals. They're getting more money to house them.
And so snipers and stuff like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? To house them. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and you were in the building, and you said in this building it's more illegal aliens. Well, I just saw a couple, but you're saying that mostly it's them up in this building when you all can't even find housing for you all.
We had a hard time securing housing.
But they were given everything. You saw them come
furniture and everything. We don't have none of that. We have to get all of that on our own. We're not expecting a handout, but it's hard when you're homeless and then you see all the illegals coming over here in your face and they're getting all the resources and the help. And we're struggling too. We're a family. We want to eat too.
And can you tell them that you were looking for a job? You're not.
My husband and I were looking for a job. We've been all over the west side of Chicago. I don't really want to disclose where I work at, but I work at Oak Lawn. So it takes me 2 hours to get to work. And getting home, I get off at 4 o'clock, but I don't make it here until close to 7 because I'm on the CTA. I have to ride the Green Line. So, and you know it's dangerous on the Green Line.
Yeah. So why did you choose to go so far out? You couldn't.
Because that's the only place that I could find a job.
So are they housed? Because you said that they were hiring them.
Well, they're hiring them. Well, okay. The reason why I said they're hiring them is because when we go to our restaurants like Madison and Western, that's all you see that's working in there. Okay. When we see people come over here to make deliveries, that's all we see come over here for deliveries. When we go into these stores, they're owned by either Arabs or illegals, and they're not going to hire us. So they don't even want to let us slide on 10 cents if we're short.
So Brandon Johnson said he was in the West Side. He invested in the West Side.
And probably with the illegals, he invested in the illegals, but he did not invest in the West Side residents of Chicago.
He took a walk and see what type of investments that he made. You see what I'm saying? The investment that he made is these houses that he's saying that's for us. That's not for us. It's for the people that's his votes. Them for his voters, not for us.
Okay, thank you. We're gonna walk, guys. Come on, let's take a walk.
Come on, y'all.
We're on the West Side.
West Side, baby. On the West Side.
Yeah, no, this don't make sense. See, people have to see this because when we've been talking about it and warning people about this, the media they don't show this, and this is what the media never shows. What the citizens are saying. We're no longer allowing politicians to speak for us and tell our story and lies.
And this right here, family, this is a mirroring effect. This is going on all across the U.S. This was the replacement. This is what the Democrats been doing in these sanctuary cities and these border states. They've been doing this right here, and they've been real active. And it's all about breaking up our families. It's all about taking our resources. But these illegals, these motherfucking immigrants, they're okay. Nothing happens to them. In fact, they promote their families to stay together. They keep their families together. They make sure they have housing and any and everything that they need to get by. This is what they've been doing right here. That's why I'm glad the ice cream truck is coming in and scooping them up, you know, but we only got a couple of more years with Trump in that office, man. And when Trump is out that office, you already know the Democrats, they gonna come for us, man. They gonna come for us. But right now, man, Donald Trump, he got to do his thing, man, and let them ice cream trucks get him, man. Because you know what? At this point, this is some bullshit. But you know what? I don't give a fuck about no goddamn old ass Mexican lady crying. Let's check it out.
Que igual sufren el dolor físico y psicológico.
It is not just that someone like me, who has been in this country since 1989, who pays taxes, who is a homeowner, a business owner, who gives work to others, someone who has children and grandchildren who are born.
Did you hear that shit? That lady was in this motherfucking country for 37 years and she don't speak no English at all. And she was able to open up a business and she was a homeowner and all this other shit. Damn, how did she get all of that and don't speak no English at all? Damn, she didn't. What the fuck? Democrats, this is what's been going on, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, this is what's been going on. And at this particular moment, we got to step back and we got to like really peep the scenery and we got to come together on this shit. And we actually need to be putting boots on the ground and awakening and waking up all of our fucking people about this shit right here, because there is no black and brown. There's no black and brown. There is none of that shit. There's at all. We don't need to be helping nobody at all. We need to be uplifting our groups and our groups only. And when I say our groups, I'm talking about, you know, it's a bunch of people out there that's black Americans, but they identify as different other things. And at this point, we need to come together and we need to hold the motherfucking line. And that's some real talk right there. But you know what? Check this shit out right here.
They just got caught up in Florida for issuing CDLs to undocumented immigrants, commercial driver license to undocumented immigrants, and they did not pass any tests. They just gave them money for these licenses. And it was thousands of undocumented immigrants that they gave these CDLs to without passing any tests. And come to find out, they was using local businesses, pretending like they was helping these immigrants file paperwork, but instead these businesses was used for illegal transactions.
That's what they've been doing, man. You know, hey, you do know that it costs like $5,000 just to go to the school, right? And this is not, this is not to get the job or nothing like that. This is just to go to the school. And I hope your ass pass it and you get your shit. Because if you don't pass it, that's a waste of $5,000. But to pay $5,000 and not to actually get the job is ridiculous. But you know what? These immigrants, they ain't got to pay $5,000 to go to that school because there's some type of loophole. It's some shit that they got going on. And, this been going up, right? This is a mirroring effect. This been going up, man. And it's the same thing with the construction. Have y'all seen the construction? It's nothing but fucking Mexicans out there at all. I mean, no black people, no nothing. I even seen Mexican women out there. Let me tell you something. I'm a heavy equipment operator. I got OSHA, I could do excavator, front loader, bobcat, crane, standing crane, hazmat. I got it all. But guess what? I can't do that kind of job. I'm not a Mexican. I'm turned around. Nigga, get your ass out of here. I'm turned around like that, man. But Yeah, you know, hey, on some real shit. But this was what's been going on, man. And I'm just gonna end it right there, man. You know, because we gotta come together. We gotta come together, and we need to get these people the fuck out of here. We need to get them the fuck out. Black love, black thoughts, and black think tank. Shell Shock Hour Radio.
Shell Shock Hour Radio.
Yeah.
Tune in, come and listen.
Come on. Shell Shock Hour Radio.
We gon' cook up in this kitchen. Black love, black thoughts. Black think tank is what you're missing. Reverend Reckoning Thoughts.